Finesses, we are back. I welcome my other 8 league members to this podcast. And yes, I was not a typo. I said 8. We're going to go over the typical norms today. Trash Clan, we finally got a win. Thank you for sticking that out with us. And yeah, so we've got some things to go over today. Some ineptitude that ran deep this week. But first, we've got to jump into the storylines. The storylines are it kind of gives us an idea of what's going down, the baseline of what's happening. There's things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in it. And our very first storyline is going to be, well, it's not really a storyline. It's just something that I appreciate. Sharing hatred of my job with Evan. It just reminds me of someone who also kind of hates his job. He's probably just there for a check. Raheem Morris. And I quote, once asked about the officiating in the Chiefs game, of course. Quote, "I like my money." I'll tell you what. That's exactly what I think, because there are some crazy things that go on at my job. But at the end of the day, I'm just there for a check. I'm not there to make friends, not there to get married, not there to socialize, not there to have fun. I'm there to get a paycheck. And now, granted, it is not much because of Gary's president, but nonetheless, it pays my bills barely. Thank you, Biden. But anyway, good on you. Clearly, I know it's frustrating a little bit with the officials. I get that. But yeah, you kind of gotta just take the L, because they've got a predetermined winner. There's nothing that's going to change the fact that the Chiefs are the predetermined winner. Call no 2020 election on having a predetermined winner. But yeah, that's all. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. So just keep your cash, keep your coin, move on. Give the ball to Bijan. That's really all that matters with you. That's all I need out of you. Next storyline, Grayson Spoon has traveled up the Eastern Seaboard. During his work hiatus, which started back in 2016, he left work on a Wednesday. So last Wednesday, he's not coming back till Friday. I guess the sucker quite literally doesn't have anything to do at work, which kind of, again, that's how I know his job is illegitimate, because I'm serious. If I took Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, what is that? 8-9 days off of my job, the place might actually burn down. And I'm not lying. It would actually burn down. There would be a financial crisis, and that's not me bragging. It's just I have actually a brain, and I actually try to do my job. Despite and now granted, Alex Wade, before you say anything about my Hulu habits, because I get my stuff done, okay? There's not a ton to do, but I get it done. So Grayson Spoon has traveled up the Eastern Seaboard. The man, he didn't even check his roster, and he still has dudes taking care of him. You feel me? It's ridiculous. Call no a Diddy party on having dudes take care of you. It's insane. It's aggravating. My dude picks up, and I don't even know how to say his name. I tear my ACL every time I try to say it. Juwan Jennings, I guess. I don't know. Not to get it confused with Juwan Johnson, who got 0 points for Alex in his tight end position, which is exactly 0 more than Mark Andrews. Anyway, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Cheese has managed to turn this random dude, Juwan Jennings, into prime Randy Moss. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he's managed to free Rashee Rice from the typical judicial proceedings, right? The sucker, he should be in jail, and he's not. Instead, he's getting off steady pace on all of us. It's kind of ridiculous. He has freed this man from the shackles of typical judicial proceedings. Call no Hillary Clinton on dodging typical judicial proceedings. Moving on. Skeet's team continues to be the dumping ground of wide receivers. I asked the league what they wanted me to talk about today, and there's statistical backing of this. Skeet has been a dumping ground of wide receivers in this league. Call no Kylie Jenner on being a dumping ground for professional athletes. let me see. I think I wrote it down. So he got the Cup and AJ Brown treatment. I think both had 10 plus catches. Then he had Juwan Jennings and Rashee Rice. I mean, those two guys, I think, quite literally had 23 catches combined. And then mixed in there, Amon-Ra's only good game this season. He had a solid 11 catches on him too. So just insane work, devious, nasty, diabolical, just ruthless work being put in on Skeet's camp via the wide receiver room of quite literally everybody he's played. And finally, old QBs turning back the clock. I got Geno. I got Sam Darnold. I got Andy Dalton. I don't know what it is. I mean, these guys, they're making their... I've got Deontay Johnson, who's something now. I don't care what any of you say. Wait, before any of you say anything. I've got DK, who's getting off. I've got Justin Jefferson, who clearly is quarterback proof. I will never, ever, ever say he's not worthy of a top 12 pick ever again because he's clearly quarterback proof. It's kind of annoying. JJ McCarthy might be where I draw that line because I just don't think he's a good quarterback. But yeah, whatever. So you got these guys turning back the clock, and I don't know. Is it because they a better situation? Are they finally somewhere they want to be? I have no idea. Call no white women in fall on being somewhere they like to be, such as pumping patches and Starbucks. Moving on. Next, our typical Amber Alerts. It must be done. Yeah, anybody got a sign of cheese? Cheese, Grayson Glenn Goforth, last seen in 2021, communicating with the group and acting like he gave two craps about us. Wage to you, my sir. That actually has nothing to do with my actual Amber Alert. Call him a chicken because he be laying eggs. Mark Andrews. I have Ramondre Stevenson and Juwan Jennings combining for 0.3 points for Alex. I've seen higher numbers on a Henry Ruggs breathalyzer test. 0.3, are you kidding me? You'd literally be better off throwing a random kicker in your flex spot. Jamal Williams. Just don't show up for work. Seriously. Call no Kamala supporter on not showing up to work. It's insane. I mean, this guy's got dummy buku targets the last few weeks, and now what? We let him off the hook. And now he's just throwing up nothing. I think he had less than 2 points. It's insane. And then finally, James Conner. James Conner had 3 points. And just for you math whizzes, Juwan Jennings had 14 times as many points as James Conner. If y'all weren't sick, you're sick now. Moving on. High man and low man. High man is Cheese, much to the chagrin of Skeet, who got lobotomized at the hands of our world traveler Grayson. I think the score, I can go back and look real quick just to see how putrid it actually is. I'm going down this hill trying to coming up towards Duncan, and there's two things about this part of Duncan. One, you won't see Cheese because he's not in the state, and two, you won't see much signal. All right, boom. Cheese, 146 to 109. That's actually the highest delta. I'm going to leave out the "You Are the Father" segment, but needless to say, Skeet, you've been fathered, and you have, and Cheese really sunned you today, this weekend, because 146 to 109, that's almost 40 points. It's just really embarrassing. So Cheese with our high man. And our low man, it's about time. Y'all took a break on me this week. I finally got brought back to normal, middle of the pack PA in our league because of Clay. He scored an abysmal 85.8. Calder's ineptitude almost supplanted him as the low man of the week, as Calder has become a very, very, very normal resident to that neck of the woods. But as it stands, Clay is our low man, and I would. What type of show host am I if I were to not honor Clay's wish? Low Man of the Week song. It's gonna be Higher by Creed. Your score can't get higher. Yeah. I wish it would be higher. No, but it's not. It's so freaking low. Mid-80s, you got straight cooked by the Trash Clan. Clay, Creed, higher. No hard feelings. Trade me your best players. Why am I getting hawked down by a bus? Anyway, Clay, I'm sure you probably want me to wreck after that song, but albeit bygones, if I got Low Man, I would do it myself. Trust me. I leave no stone unturned. Next, I've got 2 crazy stats for you guys, just real quick. Stat number 1. Trevor Lawrence is the first quarterback to throw an interception to a man that died. I mean, my dude gets paid and he turns into prime, like, Mitchell Trubisky. Get this dude off the field. I didn't know who their backup. Oh, it's Mac Jones. Good grief. Never mind. Keep him in. Forget I said anything. And the next stat. Deshaun Watson, QBR for the season, 23.1. Deshaun Watson, rape accusers, 29. My man's got more rape accusers than the QBR points. Get this dude off the field. It's just absolutely insane. 9/11 level poster Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors absolutely lobotomized everybody in his path. And honestly, Galt scored 133 points. And this is not, Scoggins, you might want to cut this off. You're not going to want to hear this. Malik Neighbors had a 25 burger. Dak had a 30 burger. And there was somebody else. Oh my gosh, no. I know this. Hold on, let me go back and look. All right, let me look. Oh, Derrick Henry, a 30 burger. So 30, 30, 25. That's 85 points betwixt 3 people. The other 7, is it 7? Yeah, 7 people on his roster. 133 minus 85 is not, it's less than 50. No, hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Miss Blanton told me I had a mental block in 7th grade. But let's still, that is an insane percentage out of 3 dudes. So, sorry, Scoggins. You low-key might have anti of the week behind Skeet, who just got his cheeks clapped by 2 men on Cheese's team. But next, and then we got Kyron Williams and John Jennings, 9/11 level post. These guys really ran their numbers up. They really got a high number there. They call no Jeffrey Epstein's client list on having the numbers ran up. They just really got off this weekend, did not take no prisoners. So that's it. But I've got 5 teams. And yeah, 5 teams to go through for pathetic performances. And then we'll do a quick look ahead, and that's it. The Texans, 34-7. Are you kidding me? You lose to Dash from the Mr. Incredibles? How do you lose to Dash off the Incredibles? I mean, they got absolutely drugged. I've covered up my children better than those safeties covered up Justin Jefferson. So, that's just an embarrassing loss. The Buccaneers, 26-7 at home to Bo Nix. Stop it. Just stop it. I mean, to the Dookie Cheeks Broncos. Come on, dude. This was really hard to watch. Call Biden press conference on being really hard to watch. It is just abysmal, and at home too, in front of those great fans before they get dunked on by Hurricane Helena. I believe that's what it is. Probably now, honestly, as I'm recording this, that's probably somewhat inappropriate, but it was just, I don't know. It's really not a very nice thing that the Broncos did to them. The Titans, quite literally, you guys might not win a game. And I'm not being funny. I don't actually foresee it. Maybe the Jags, maybe they split with the Jags. I see a legitimate situation where the Titans go 2-15. And I mean, I just absolute lobotomization, cheek clappage all across the field. And, and then it's funny, they got rid of Malik Willis. Malik Willis gets thrown into the fire, and then claps your cheeks. Very, very cordial stuff there. And then let's see what else. The Raiders stop it. You lose at home to a great value Kim Possible, Andy Dalton out here, and I get it. The glazing coming from my camp in regards to Andy Dalton wasn't because I think he's an awesome quarterback. I don't think he's terrible, but I just think Bryce Young's that bad. You know what I'm saying? So it has a lot to do with that rather than the greatness of Andy Dalton. But moving on, the Jags. Goodness gracious. I mean, they should just do a doubleheader, the Germany game between the Giants, Panthers, Jags, Titans. I mean, just really, if you really want to get back at them for the Holocaust, that would be the way to do it. They got so many toys but nothing to show for it. I mean, it's probably extremely financially stressful too. If you're the GM, the owner of the team, you've kind of put time, money, and effort into it. You paid Kirk, you've paid a lot of defensive players, you've paid Trevor, you probably got to pay ETN, even though I don't think he's worth much. But it's insane. It's probably pretty stressful from a business standpoint to see this go down. Call no Johnson & Johnson on having a stressful situation at work now that Diddy's in jail. I mean, that stock is going to plummet extremely fast. That's going to be gross. That's kind of it. Let me see. Yeah, we'll move ahead to the match of the week. Next week, it's not ideal. I can assure you guys, it's not going to be great. Hey, and Clay, I'll tell you what, brother. I don't think I've watched The Road once this entire show. So, whatever. I welcome death, I presume. You got Skeet and myself, 1 and 2, 2 and 1. You have Scoggins and Alex, 2 and 1, 0 and 3. It's trickling into a must win for the 0 and 3s of the world. You can honestly probably get to 0 and 4, but after that, you can't really lose much more because then you got to rattle off a good bit of wins in a row. Calder and Galt. Honestly, these two people aggravate me so much with trades. Honestly, it would just be funny to watch either of them lose at this point. But if I had to put my money where my mouth is, Galt's got him 120 to 113 in projections. If I was a gambling man, which I am, I would say Galt would probably take that to the crib. Then we have Evan and Clay. 3-0, 1-2. Evan has supplanted himself as the number 1 seed all by his lonesome right now. And then you have Gary and Cheese. There'll be about as much trash talk as, two mutes arguing about something in that match. But 2-1, 2-1. That's the match of the week. What do you want me to say? Gary's got a couple injuries, so Cheese will probably win that one just based off the sole premise that he gets absolutely spoon-fed. But, that's it. That's all I got. Last week was an absolute just disaster. I don't want to forget this one thing. I can't forget this one thing. Scoggins, brother, you thought you were going to get away with it. And I apologize to Gary. But I can't let it go from last week. I said the wrong low man, and Scoggins thought he was going to get away with it. We talking about we too. Man, I ain't forgot about you, Scoggins. I ain't forgot about you. Let's go. You got low man, I swear I'm not going to forget about it. Gary, I apologize, and I'm just a bad host. Scoggins, you got real low. Scoggins, low. Yeah. Scoggins, you got low man week 2. Don't think I forgot. Trash bag out. You guys are terrible. Y'all are one of the worst I've seen. If you guys want to gouge your eyes out before the Thursday night game, I fully implore you to do so. Outside of that, Bucky Irving isn't worth a wide receiver 1, and That's it for me. Trash Clan out. We're on the come up. No cheese. I'm outie.